Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. Today I thought let's use the TBR jar that I haven't used in months and don't see myself using for the next couple of months because I have some things planned video wise that just means this isn't going to work. So I thought let's get some use out of it. Let's let the TBR jar pick what I'm going to read in this video. It's only going to be the one book. It's going to be like a singular reading vlog, but yeah, it's not my fault. Onyx Storm comes out in 9 days. I need to reread Fourth Wing and Iron Flame before that happens. And I'm off. Like, it's my regular day off on release day. But I don't know if it's going to come on the day or after because I've pre-ordered it, which might have been a mistake, but we'll see. I'm going to try and avoid, obviously, if you haven't watched one of my TBR jar videos before, I have some dark pink paper in there and some light pink paper. The light pink is individual books and the dark pink is prompts. So I'm going to try and pick a prompt just to make this a little bit more interesting. But I thought I would do, yeah, I have no idea what to film this month, I'll be honest. So I thought the only thing I had planned was my Onyx Storm reading vlog. So I figured let's just do a little vlog in between just to do something. I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna just give them a good mix. I know I've been doing that this whole time, but let's... Okay, oh, I have two. Okay, hang on. There's like one inside of another. Okay, I've only got one. Okay. Oh, that's like, right, multiple POV. So that's quite a big... Ooh, why don't I pick a multiple prompts and see if I can get something that matches that. I might see if I... Right. I'm gonna pick 3 and see if I can get something that fits all 3. Okay, I've got 2 more. Then it just means maybe it's gonna be more specific. So obviously we had multiple POV already. I've gone really shaky. I need food. So if I'm pausing a lot, it's because I'm trying to wait for the shakes to go away. Right. A book with an illustrated cover is the second prompt. Right, the next one does say a book published this year. It's January 12th as I'm filming, so I'm gonna pick a new one because nothing's been released this year yet, I don't think. Not that I own anyway, I haven't bought anything. Okay, I've got one word title. So I need something with multiple POV, a one word title, and has an illustrated cover. I think I only have one option. I don't think you count as an illustrated cover. This one makes me think it's got multiple POV because it's got Charlie on the front. Wait, is her name Charlie? Oh. Okay. I don't know if this counts as an illustrated cover. It could be drawn, or it could be a photo of an actual high heel. I don't know. This one is definitely illustrated, but they're both one word with multiple POVs. I think realistically it's going to have to be this one because I don't think this counts as an illustrated cover. The book we're reading in this video is going to be Off Track by Esther Escher Patel. Let's see what we think. This might be TMI, but all day my like bum has hurt, like cheeks, not, you know. Because yesterday I went to go on my walking pad, but it needed, like the belt needed moving. And then I severely messed up in doing that. And it went way too far at one side. I was panicking. Anyway, I fixed it eventually. Get to go on the walking pad and it won't move while I'm on it. And I was like, this worked like last week. Why is it suddenly not working now? And I was like, well, it's moving when I'm not on it because obviously it was moving the belt to move it. So apparently you need to like lubricate the belt every like 6 months, and they gave you like a little bottle. So I've tried doing that and it's kind of fixed, but it's part of it is still like laggy and I don't know what's wrong. But anyway, I was crouched for so long fixing the belt and then lubricating the belt that apparently I've done like basically one really long squat and now I'm in pain today. So if I sit down, like sitting on the toilet, because it's a hard surface, it really hurts. Like my bed's cushioned, it's not as bad, but like going to sit down and then going to stand up is painful. Anyway, that's a massive TMI. All to say, I've gotten about 40 pages through this. Well, no, I'm on chapter 7, page 48. So Diana and Miguel have only just met in like the last chapter. And I don't know if I missed something, but his sister and his fiance, bear in mind, yeah, this man has a fiance. Anyway, so it's not a love match though, so I can kind of let it go, but I'm like, is the cheating trope going to be in this? Because technically you are in a committed relationship, you are betrothed. So is the cheating trope going to be in this? Even though it's not cheating on like the actual love interest? I don't know. Yes, so there was like a banquet thing for this like beginning of the next season. And that's where they met for the first time. So basically it's her first year in F1. She's been in F2 before this. And they like announced her and it's this whole controversial moment because it's a woman. And F1 is very male dominated, let's be real. So Miguel's sister is his like engineer or something like that. So she's like a woman in F1. She's like, woo, yeah, another woman. So she introduces herself to Diana. And then she's like, let me like introduce you to the team, you know. They're on different teams. But apparently it's good etiquette to be on good terms with the other teams. I don't know. She takes them over and they're all steaming drunk, Miguel included. And apparently that's not what he's normally like. And this, I have no idea how to pronounce his fiance's name. I cannot lie to you. Jatsuri or something like that? Jatsiri? I don't know. She is mortified. His sister is mortified. I'm like, he's just drunk. I don't think he said anything that was like bad. Aside from being like, she said he's a bit reckless or whatever, because he's like, are you a fan? And she's like, yeah, I watch your races, you're a bit reckless. And then he's like, you need a little reckless. And then he's like, my fiance likes I'm reckless. And then I'm like, but they don't, as far as I'm aware, they don't have a physical relationship yet. It was weird, but I don't, aside from him just being really drunk and kind of talking out of his arse, but not really saying anything, I don't see what was so embarrassing about it. So far I'm not very invested, I can't lie. I mean, I'm not very far into it, but I just kind of don't care. So we'll see. I'm going to read a bit more tonight and then I'll catch up with you probably tomorrow. Okay, I thought I would do one last check-in today before I went to bed because I've hit the like 100-page mark. I'm just past that on chapter 16. And things are confusing because there's now another guy involved, but he's not got the POV, so we know who she's going to end up with. But I feel bad for him because he seems like a decent guy and he seems like he really likes her, but she also seems like she likes him. I don't know. It's gotten interesting. I'm enjoying it. I think the beginning, the reason why I felt like I wasn't super bothered about it was because it's very F1 heavy. It's a lot of lingo that I don't understand. And I grew up with F1 because like that was the sport of my household. My dad always watched Formula 1. So every Sunday during the season, which is a very long season, it's 9 months, it would be on a Sunday. So I know a bit, but I don't know a lot. And there's a lot of like heavy jargon and a lot of heavy imagery of what's happening, and that I'm like, I had no idea. And there's also a lot of names, like the names of the companies, not a clue how you're meant to pronounce them. Yeah, also one of the characters, I don't know if his name is Nick Necky, like how... Oh no, it's Stanley Tucci. Stanley Tucci? That's the thing, I thought it was Stanley Tucci, but apparently it's Stanley Tucci. I could be wrong. So I wasn't sure if it was Necchi or Necky. But Nick Necky sounds ridiculous, I'm sorry. So I want to say Nick Necchi because that sounds so much better. But the double C gets pronounced differently depending on where you're from. And I don't know the rules. So I'm going to say his name's Nick Necchi. But if it's Nick Necky, that's an awful name. That sounds ridiculous. I disagree with... I've just realised this back, it says rivals to lovers. They're not really rivals because he's like all for her. This is the thing I like. He's got... So Miguel is a green flag in that he's all for this woman coming in and just blowing everyone out the water and being amazing. And he literally says she's incredible. And he's very like, he's got this massive respect for her. I love that. It's such a green flag. But yeah, I'm starting to get into it more. There's just a lot of racy stuff. Race, like, as an actual race. Races, like cars. Not racy as in, ooh, racy. So we'll see where it goes. I'm enjoying it. I don't see it being like rated low and I don't see it rated high. I see it probably like in the middle somewhere around the 3 to 4 mark. From where I'm at the minute, that's what I'm seeing. Okay, so next day I'm looking significantly worse than yesterday. I'm nearly 150 pages through the book, so I'm nearly halfway. And I have some thoughts. My first... I need something to like hold my arm up. So my first thoughts are that I still find the whole thing of him having a fiance really like uncomfortable, because I've just had a phone call where they said they missed each other and she calls him love, but in Spanish. This is one thing as well. They put like Spanish sentences in and like Spanish phrases, which is fine. I love that, but I would like a translation somewhere, like to... So I know actually what's being said, the full context of things. Because I'm just reading things, I'm thinking, I have no idea what this means. I don't know if this adds anything. Yeah. So like Lauren Asher for hers puts like a little asterisk and puts it at the bottom, just what the translation is. And you can choose to read it or not type thing, you know? And it's not invasive to the story. There's ways to do it. I just think it's a shame because I feel like I'm missing out a little bit. And then so like I feel it's very uncomfortable that he is engaged. It just feels dodgy. And also, like I said, I'm like 150 pages in. I suppose it did say it was a slow burn, but I feel like it's really slow burn. There is not like... Aside from... They've had a few moments where like hands have grazed or like something like that. And they've been like, oh, electricity. But that was like... We haven't had that for like the last 50 pages. We did have a moment of like a looking after you type moment, which was sweet, but it didn't really feel like anything romantic. So far, from the like 40 to 50 pages I've read, well, I've read like nearly 50 pages since I got home from work. I've not felt like their relationship has really progressed in any way, aside from that scene. I don't know, it's a lot of F1. Like, this feels like it's an F1 book with a side of romance, and we're not even at the romance yet. It's really strange. I don't know how to explain it, but I am kind of enjoying it still. I don't know. We'll see how the romance goes though. Okay, yes, I'm in the same jumper as not yesterday but the day before, but just mind your business. It's clean, okay? You can wear your clothes. Anyway, off track. I'm slightly invested now because there's some drama happening between the races. Just slightly invested. I'm on chapter 34. All I can say is Nick Necky. I'm calling him Nick Necky because he's a stupid man. He deserves a stupid name. Okay? Yes, it's probably Necchi, but I don't care. He's Nick Necky because he's fucking ridiculous. I'm sorry. He's turned into such a dickhead. He is like the epitome of fame get into your head and just acting like you're a big man when you're not. So I don't like him anymore. We are still nowhere romantically. Literally nowhere. Nothing has happened yet. Like, on the front it says, can their love survive the drive? There is no love yet. I feel like if it was more... like, nothing's testing their romance yet because there is no romance. This book finishes in literally... That's like only got 100 pages left. Okay, it's got like 100 and... Okay, it's more like 120 pages left, roughly. And a whole romance you expect me to believe in from 120 pages? I don't know. But yeah, it's doing a good job of showing misogyny in F1. And that's like a big, to be honest, the main plot line is following the drivers and that misogyny that Diana has to deal with. That's the main plot line. So it's more like it's a story about misogyny in racing with a side line of romance. But even then, it's not really focusing on it. It's not really deep diving into the misogyny. It's just you see little bits of it here and there. I feel like the balance of plot points, there's not many. I feel like the balance is off and the pacing's off. I don't know. I am enjoying it when I'm reading it. I just can't be bothered to sit and read it for a long time. I'm not invested enough for that. So, yeah. But in terms of like learning about Formula One, actually, you probably will learn. If you know nothing, you'll probably learn like a decent amount, but... That ended so suddenly. I finished. Do you know what? That was better than I thought it was going to be going into it. It still had a lot of F1. I mean, it's an F1 romance, so obviously it's an F1 romance. Obviously it's going to have a lot of F1 in it. But I feel like there was not a lot of romance in it. But it kind of worked, honestly. I don't know. I think I'm going to rate it a 3... I can't decide, like somewhere between a 3 and a 3.5. Maybe a 3.25, maybe a 3.5. I don't know. No, I'm going to give it a 3.5 because while I felt... It wasn't that it was a struggle to get into because I felt like I could read it still. I just wasn't that bothered at first, but it's not that I struggled to get into it because even though it takes you like quite a while to meet Diana, at least it feels that way. It's not even, well, it's not that long, it's like 40 pages maybe. I feel like it takes you quite a while to get into the story, but it sets it up in a way where there's still stuff happening. Yeah. There was something I was going to say as well and I've completely forgotten what it was. Oh yeah, the whole thing was like Nico. I feel like that wasn't rounded out very well. Is the only thing. Him being kind of like the bad guy. Yeah, that didn't feel like it was very well rounded out. I'm going to end the video here. Yes, I'm rating it a 3.5 stars. There was only one spice scene and it wasn't very detailed. So if you're not someone who likes spice, I wouldn't even call it a spice scene. It was just, yeah, I'm giving it a 1 chili pepper. It really had not much detail, glazed over the whole thing. So if you're someone who doesn't like spice, this would probably be a good romance for you. Because it doesn't really have it. Like I said, there's one scene and it's not very detailed at all. So yeah, if you want an F1 romance, I think I do recommend this book. But like I say, it's very slow burn, it's very heavy on the F1, and the romance almost feels like a side plot. But at the end, it's the whole plot, kind of. Not really, but I don't know how to describe it without spoiling things. So yeah, I'm going to leave this here because I still have to edit a video, start reading Fourth Wing, well, rereading, because Onyx Storm is out a week today. And I want to get through as much of that as I can and edit a video, and it's hair wash day. So yeah, I've got a lot to do tonight. It's like 5 o'clock nearly. I'm like looking at the sky thinking, yeah, it's probably about 5 o'clock. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, give the video a thumbs up, subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video. I don't know what it's going to be yet. It might be my Onyx Storm reading vlog, but I feel like that's going to be a while between videos, so I don't know. Yeah, either way, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.